Hi Labiba. Today we're going to tell you a story about a once dominant company whose name is hardly heard these days in Australia. Can you guess what the brand is and what they sell by the logo? Interesting name for electrical brand, isn't it? Now we're going back to the time this company was first established, and believe me, the story about the company is as peculiar as its name. In 1968, an entrepreneur named Dick Smith opened a small business of car radio installation in Sydney with an initial fund of $610. After 2 years, the company has gotten bigger thanks to a citizen band radio boom. They even became the first brand that sold telephone equipment. In 1982, Mr. Dick Smith and his wife sold the business completely to Woolworths with $25 million. So he no longer had any relationship with the business, only the brand name remained. Woolworths then, with major changes in operation, turned Dick Smith into a strong brand. Here are some significant milestones for Dick Smith. They introduced Dick Smith Electronic Powerhouse, a 2,000 square metre superstore with a wider range of products. Expanded Dick Smith Technology, a renovated concept of the original flagship store, replacing all current stock with new and larger range of products. Then merged all electronics and powerhouse stores under the sole brand called Dick Smith. Talk to the textbooks. So not only do they sell the products, but they build and maintain customer loyalty by providing trusted advice on quality products and selling them at competitive prices. However, this did not last long. In 2012, Woolworths ended its ownership of Dick Smith, announced the closure of 100 stores. Somebody may wonder why Woolworths abandoned such a successful brand. Well, there has been a presumption that the local market couldn't generate enough profits in a globalized world, and it seems like Dick Smith was no longer the market leader. Anyway, back to the situation. Fortunately, the Dick Smith company was adopted by Anchorage Capital Partners in the same year. Anchorage did all their best in reviving the brand with strong investments, new policies, and strategies. Anchorage was successful in improving the performance of Dick Smith. The brand's market value was $520 million, 26 times higher than when it sold to Anchorage. Sadly, there wasn't any happy ending for the business. After the efforts of reviving Dick Smith, Anchorage decided that the brand was matured enough, so they began to explore exit options. Dick Smith was floated on the market and became a public company. This event badly damaged the business, leading to a chain of downfalls. There was a dramatic stock crisis, so the administration decided to reduce the value of inventories by 20%, or $60 million. The inventory issue could not be dealt with, so they held a mammoth clearance sale of cutting prices by 70% off. Alternative funds could not be generated, and administration of the business reached out for volunteer leaders. Despite all the efforts, the situation couldn't be changed, so most stores were closed down gradually. In February 2016, all of 363 Dick Smith stores were no longer in operation, marking the failure of this business. Surprisingly, nowadays, Dick Smith still exists as an online store. When you search the company name on Google, you will be confused to see them still selling online electricals. Well, let me tell you this. The actual thing about Dick Smith that still remains was the brand copyright, which was purchased by Kogan. So the Dick Smith we see now is not the actual Dick Smith anymore.